in this house, Father God. Open the hearts and the eyes of the spiritual eyes and bless for this message can go forth. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
How everybody knows, I want everyone to know that God has a purpose for us all. For Jeremiah, he told Jeremiah that before I formed you, that in the womb, I had a purpose for you. Right? So God has a purpose for us all. We're going to Acts 7:23 verse, right? And when he was a full 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel. And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him and opposed and killed the Egyptian. And this is the story of Moses. And we all know Moses. He grew up and the Pharaoh was trying to kill all the male kids that were born. And he sent out a decree. And the decree was every male child that was born to kill them because he was scared that their population would outpopulate the Egyptians. And what happened was the midwives said, no, we can't do it. So then he sent out another decree that every male born again, we would throw them in the Nile River. So what Moses' mother did, she made a basket of papyrus reeds and tar, and she put Moses in the river, right? And then Moses floated, and he came to Pharaoh's daughter. Pharaoh took him in and nursed him, and then he stayed in the palace. And this additional 40 years, and now we at the text, and in this text, God places a revelation in this text. It says, because sometimes God will place words in the text, and sometimes you have to tell God, ask God, that God, give me revelation when you open and read the word. And in this text, it says, when he came a full 40 years old, it came into his heart, and that it is Moses' purpose. And what God does is he's showing Moses his purpose. And when God shows you your purpose, you start having compassion for things you never had compassion for. So Moses, he'd been seeing the Hebrews for 40 years, and all of a sudden, this compassion fell upon his heart. But when he killed the Egyptian, he fled to Midian. And what Midian is a representation of the wilderness. Now, everyone knows that before God brings us through our purpose, he brings us to the wilderness. And in the wilderness, he teaches us how to draw near to him, how to strengthen us, how to trust him. Okay, and even in James 4:8, say, draw near to God and he'll draw near to you. So sometimes we have to draw near to God. We have to step out our comfort zone so that we can draw near to him. But in the wilderness, it consists of different seasons, right? And so these seasons prepare us, and each season prepares you for the next. I know we say that I'm coming into my season, and we always associate season with money and prosperity. But sometimes God will bring you in the season of God will bring you in the season of trust. And in the season of love, God might place you around some people that you can't stand. Or sometimes these people just don't treat you right. But what God is doing, he's preparing you for the next season. In this season, God's preparing you how to love people. God says, listen, I'm going to place you in this season of love. I'm going to show you how to trust and love everyone. Then I'm going to bring you to the next season. Sometimes God might place us in a season of management. And every money that we get, it just leaves. And God said, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to seek you manage a little. That way I can give you a lot. God said, listen, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you with this house. But I'm going to see, can you manage a castle? God said, listen, I'm going to trust you with this job so I can see if you can manage a business. God said, I'm going to trust you with a nation so I can see if you can manage a kingdom. God said, listen, I'm going to trust you with a crown so I can see if you can manage the throne. But see, the season is preparing us for the harvest. And God plants a seed in all of us, right? A seed of purpose. A seed of purpose. This seed of purpose is for the greatness, right? And it is for the seed of a king, the seed of a queen. But sometimes we allow other people to uproot our harvest and plant the seed that they think should grow in this soil. In other words, God said, what we'll do is we'll allow other people to tell us where we're going to be in life. You can't be this because you come from here. You can't be that because you're not educational. You can't be a preacher because you got long teeth in your short. Come on, I'm a witness. But the thing is, God is the only gardener. God is the only one plant the seed in your soil. God is the only one that can water your grass. So then we can't let people devalue us. God is the only one that will place value on us. God is the only appraiser. God is the only one that can tell us what we're really worth. See, God says, I'm going to make man in my likeness. When he said that, he don't mean the image. God means, I'm going to make man in my holiness. I'm going to make man in my authority. If I have authority to move mountains, I give you authority to move mountains. When God says, I'm going to create the world with the eye. I'm going to create the world with spoken words. So God said, you create the world around you. There's a lot of people just have a negative aura around them because they create the world around them. God said, let there be light, and there was light. And it was so good, God said, man, that's good. Now this is an all-powerful God. If God can amaze himself, that's something. So God said, let there be light. That's good. So God said, you said, let there be peace. That's good. You said, let there be joy. That's good. You said, I'm about to start my life right. I'm about to put joy in my life. I'm about to have a happy home. That's good. So God said, but you got to have victory in your word. See, you look at Noah, and Noah, the victory wasn't Noah on the boat. The victory wasn't Noah setting sail. The victory was the dog bringing the olive branch. And sometimes God will give you a dream, and God will give you a vision. And that dream and vision is your olive branch, which is ready for you to come out the flood water that's holding you back. So you got these flood waters, you got the friends that's holding you back. And it is like Noah. When the birds come, and Noah said, he looked at the bird, he got the olive branch, so he knows that his purpose was ahead. So when you get these dreams, when you get these visions, you know that your purpose is right ahead of you. And sometimes, look, you have to step, the flood water can get heavy. And sometimes you got to step out of that flood water. You got to have faith. You got to have faith like Jesus Christ and maybe walk on top of the water and then get to your purpose.
Come on now.
Yes, indeed. So the dove always brings victory. In the Bible, the dove always represents victory. Like the dove brought the olive branch when Jesus was baptized and was raised out of the water, the dove descended upon him, bringing us victory. The dove brought Jesus to us, brought us victory. It's like when you put something in your parents' name, right? And I know we don't do this no more. We used to do this. And so when you put something in your parents' name, it's legally your parents, right? But it's in your possession. So Jesus said, when I die on this cross, the victory is in my name, but you can have it in your possession. So the victory is yours. You just got to praise the name. You just got to say his name. For his name is God. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. So it's even like when God put Moses in the basket and floated Moses up the river. And Moses could have went anywhere up that river, but God placed him with the Egyptians, and the Egyptians Moses ended up defeating the Egyptians. And they end up being his enemies. So sometimes God will place us among our enemies just to show his glory through you. Sometimes God will place you among your enemies to show his power through you. So you have to possess it. You have to claim it. And sometimes it's like we can face these lions. I call them these lions. And you have a lion of fear. And it's like Daniel in the lion den. And when Daniel was in the lion den, the lions had him backed up, and Daniel didn't know where to go, had no place to go, but Daniel called on the Lord, and the Lord came and humbled those lions. So when you have those lions of fear, and the lions of addiction, and those lions all around you, you call on the Lord, and you will humble those lions. And so even when the lion did, you had the people peeped in, and they thought Daniel was devoured by the lions, but guess what? They saw that those lions humbled them. So sometimes you're going to have people, they're going to peep in and see as you down. They're going to peep in and see that the lions devour you, and they're going to see that the Lord humbled those lions. You understand that you have to face your fears. But anyway, I'm going to leave y'all, but let me tell you, y'all got to go back to Moses one more time. Can I go back to Moses one more time? I'm going to go back to Moses one one more time. See, Moses, they let him get so far. God let him get so far in the wilderness, and he said, Joshua, I'm going to let you take the rest. So even sometimes your faith can only take you so far, right? And so sometimes you have to put your trust in the Lord, and the Lord said, listen, this is your transformation. I'm transforming you from Moses into Joshua. You've been through the wilderness. Now it's time for you to step across that Jordan River and go and be your Joshua.